was a fucking good guy to you. He came on your podcast. He gave you some unbelievable content. And I found it was interesting because he touched on a couple of guys that you guys asked him about, and you were pretty challenging with him too. You asked him about Johan Franzen, who's suffered terribly from PTSD and mental illness. I would give you full marks for that. But one of the things that you guys addressed was Mike Commodore, the situation with Mike Commodore. Commie fucking hates the guy. He's maintained for fucking years. And it's comical, dude. It's entertainment. Every time this is a Mike Babcock moment, pack your shit, go fuck yourself, worst person I ever met. Mike now claims that Commodore claims that Babcock derailed his career by lying to him prior to signing in Detroit. So, and listen, all the stories about Babs that came out, they lent themselves to, Mike being an asshole, which Commodore had said many times he was, right? So when he addressed this question, and I thought it was fascinating because you asked him about his relationship with Commodore and all that stuff, and Babcock kind of fucking just stood his ground and was pretty fucking honest, if you ask me.
As far as Mike Commodore, let's not even go there.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I mean, the bottom line is you got to be good enough to play to get in the lineup. It's called the National Hockey League. If you don't get to play, it's not because the coach doesn't like you. It's because he doesn't think you can help him win that night. Give me a break. If you think any coach in the National Hockey League is doing something to make a point versus win, you're sadly mistaken.
When he's playing for you,
hit that drive.
Like, were you aware that there was any disconnect between you and him? Like, I mean, are you surprised that he's got all this venom that he's throwing out at you?
No, the first time he played for me, or he didn't play for me, we traded for him. He was in Anaheim, and I don't recall it. I know he got called up and he didn't play for some reason. He didn't play, so he didn't make the lineup. Brian Murray was the GM. When he came to us in Detroit, and you got to remember, the truth in hockey today isn't the truth tomorrow. You sign guys in the summer, and when you sign a guy, you're using cap space. You expect him to help the team. If in the end he comes in and he finishes 7th, so he's not in the top 6, he's not playing every night. Doesn't matter what his name is. Doesn't matter how great your relationship with him is. And the same thing goes on night in, night out in the National Hockey League.
Thoughts? Because I thought that was like pretty honest. Like, fuck, what are you going to do?
Okay. You're right, man. Again, I just told you. I've gotten lied to. I've gotten this. I've gotten sat. I've been this, that. I mean, just everything. I've had it. I've had a million different coaches. I've never hated a coach. Like, I've never. And again, I look back on every damn time I sat. Anytime this happened, I was lied to. I look back. I'm like, you weren't playing good enough. You weren't. Remember when you called? When I always call my dad before every game, after every game, and I know exactly where I'm at when I call him. Exactly where I'm at when I call my dad after a game. He's like, wow, your dad. Ooh. I'm like, oh, thank God, yes. But he's like, damn, man.
Tough one, kid.
You got punked. I'm like, fuck. Like, no, that was the most devastating thing in the world. So if I look back on all the shit, man, it's like, there's a reason why. Why would a coach not want to play you if you're going to help him win? So in this particular instance, I'm like, I kind of understand what he's talking about with Kami. Kami probably win that locker room. He's probably pretty loud. He's won a cup at the time, right? And he's just kind of like one of those guys, he's doing this, doing that, and then he just didn't perform. And that when you're sat out like that, and you're like kind of a big guy on the team where everybody looks up to, it amplifies the situation. And I just think he just got pissed, and he started rolling with it, and it worked, and he got attention. I love Mike Commodore. He came on our show. I love him. He's a great guy. I see him all over the damn place. But Babs, on this instance, I can't disagree with him.
That caused a problem when you put that out with Kami, because I know he commented on Twitter. No,
hell no. Because he gets, dude. You can't bash a guy like that and expect him not to have a rebuttal, and then you not like it. And it took Kami a little bit and he was text with Andy and stuff. And we're not here to do that to people. Like, we don't do that shit. If we do a podcast right afterwards, like, you want anything out? If they call us, they take that out. Like, fucking A, take it out. We don't want to do that to anybody. So if you don't like anything, fine. But in this instance, it's just like, that's what you get, man. And then I'll come back with another rebuttal, and you guys go toe to toe, and we'll have both of you on at the same time.